I guess we can get started. And since I'm recording the video, so it's fine if people want to see it later. So yeah, just a quick update from our team side. So we yesterday we hosted a tutorial session at this year's CCon. Um, and if you are interested, you can check out the recording. Here I put the link here. So it contains many hands-on like tutorial sessions for both L and Cache and vLLM Planning Stack, including like auto scaling and scaling down to zero and visualizing the performance metrics with Grafana dashboard. And if you are interested, you can check it out. And for this week, we have a lot of exciting updates from the community. And the first important thing is CADA auto scaling scale, and it allows scaling down to zero. And it's contributed by our contributor from University of Washington. So basically, this PR that's like a metric exporter. So basically, if you want to scale things down to zero, then it's not that trivial how to scale back to non-zero. Like since the BLM servers are all inference engine servers are all down. And so to solve this, like Xiangfeng, the contributor, adds another metric called non-incoming request total. And basically, what this metric does is like it like it records all the incoming requests at the router side. So even if like the VLM engine pods are zero, like the router can still like record the incoming request. So say like we have uh, the like engine pods are scaled down to zero. And if there are another incoming request comes in, like the router will informs the autoscaler, the CADA autoscaler, to scale the engine pods, scale up the engine pod. Yeah, so that's basically the idea, and you can take a look and try if you are interested. Yeah, so this PR is already merged, and the next PR is we have also made some like bug fixes. So previously, as also mentioned in the last community meeting, that there was a bug that if you delete um, engine pod, like it may still be routed to that model. I go according the model of that corresponding engine pod. So here, like in this PR, we just directly delete the endpoint whenever a delete event occurs instead of having a timeout. Yeah, so that's a simple fix. And another big PR from our team is we have tried to support the Allen Cash's latest disaggregate preview. And yeah, there are this is a pretty large PR, and if you are interested, you can check it out. And lastly, we also make the KV cache aware routing compatible with latest Allen Cache. And this contains some interface changes in the KV aware routing. Yeah, so that are things like for this week. Any questions, comments for us?
Hi, Yuha. Oh, I have
Hey.
one question regarding disaggregated prefill. Like,
Mhm.
um, there are ongoing efforts for making like CRD for disaggregated prefill, right?
Uh, Sorry, is the
Um,
question like any plans for integrating P preview in the CRD support?
yeah. I was asking like, anyone actually working on it or like working on
So we don't have anyone working on right now.
it?
We
Okay.
still
Yeah.
need like this. So to have like a most up to date support for PD, we need to have this PR merged.
Mm,
But
okay.
Kobe is still like fixing some bug in this PR. So once it's this PR is in, you can, if you are interested, you feel free to work on like PD supporting in CRD. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I would need
Yeah.
some couple of pointers. Can I like I will reach out in the Slack or in the channel. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Sounds good. Yeah, so yeah, I guess like if this PR is in like uh it should not be that hard to have the integration in the CRD. So yeah, just
Mm,
let us know if you need some initial pointers to
yeah.
that. Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.
I do have some questions. I'm not sure if you guys are ready for questions.
Yeah, sure.
So I was going over the document on the Stack community meeting notes, and I saw the help needed section.
Oh,
And
this
given
one.
that, yes, exactly. So
Mm-hmm.
I believe I can, as a new community member, I can help tackle this. And by this, I mean maybe try to see from top down
Mm-hmm.
each and one of these. But I wanted to get a bit more context.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a few questions regarding some of these things. So, for
Mm-hmm.
instance, the CI, the move functionality test to
Mm-hmm.
CPU only nodes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if you give me an example of a bit more clarity on what types of tests you want for that, then that will be done. So if you annotate a bit more of an itemized set of tests that would be desirable to run, then I can certainly tackle it. Because right now, I already have some implementation that tries to do this, but I want to ensure that it meets the parity of what you're looking for to cover.
Okay. So basically what we want to have that functionality on CPU is so we do have a lot of tests here in the GitHub. Uh like for example, like the functional basically we want this like functionality Helm chart YAML, like the workflow run specified in this YAML file to run fully on CPU machine. So right now, like if you look at this for example, this like values like multi-modal models. Let me just open it. Values for okay. So here, like you can see that it uses like this uh, vLLM OpenAI latest, and this can, if I remember correctly, I'm not sure about the latest vLLM, but like last time we tried to run this Docker image on CPU machines, CPU only machines that doesn't have any GPU. It fails to run. Like yeah, so there are I remember there need to be a specific tag of the vLLM OpenAI Docker image for it to run on CPU only server. Yeah, yeah. So basically, the task, this like move functionality task to CPU only nodes, uh, requires like testing this on like a CPU a Docker image that allows running on a CPU only node. And also like you will so this currently this like functionality test is run on our own like GPU server. So like another actionable item for this task is to move this functionality test to a GitHub Action server that only has CPU on it. So yeah, I think that are the actionable items for this task. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, so a bit more questions on that. So
Mm-hmm.
you opened up the values for multiple nodes models.
Mm-hmm.
So I can certainly get you know, these GitHub actions to run. So is the goal to run this file only, or do you have other ones that you want to be running?
Oh, so we want things on this like functionality Helm chart. Let me send this in the chat. Like all the like YAML files uh specified in this functionality Helm chart YAML. Like so it includes like let me check all this like values
Yeah,
secure, yeah, this kind of yeah
I
all this
see.
YAMLs, yeah, yeah.
So it's a, but only this functionality Helm chart YAML, or do you want other workflows to verify that they run on bare metal?
Uh, I think it's
Because there's
mainly this one. Let me check.
that one. Okay,
Yeah, I think it's mainly this one. Other things
okay.
are yeah, yeah,
Functionality Helm YAML. Got it.
yeah,
All right. Consider that likely to be, you know, done then. So let's see. So functionality YAML, functionality YAML.
yeah,
And then let's going down the list. You
hmm
also have tutorials on different platforms. Can you elaborate on what you mean by platforms?
yeah. So yeah, this item is not clear enough. So by this we meant like those kind of GKE or AKS, those kind of Kubernetes, like those cloud has their own Kubernetes frameworks, and we want more documentation on that. But like so this list is actually not that up to date. So we already have several tutorial on that. Like let me open it up one sec. So
Sure.
here we have this like we have the tutorial for running Terraform on AKS and GKE, but we also need like tutorial on EKS, like the Amazon's Kubernetes framework. Yeah,
Okay.
so
Okay. So but this is on Terraform. So you guys are relying on Terraform, right?
it's not relying on Terraform, but it would be nice to have a Terraform like tutorial since like I believe many people are using AKS and GKE, this kind of frameworks with Terraform. Yeah.
So actually, this ties into what another area that perhaps we can help with
Okay.
as well with the next one with benchmarking and so forth.
Oh
So
yeah.
I mean, pretty much most of these things we can likely help with, but
Mm.
um, it gets into the question of variability. And I'm curious if you guys are familiar with modeling variability languages by any chance?
Modeling, but could you clarify a bit what do you mean by modeling?
Yeah, yeah. So essentially, whenever there is a prospect for a runtime environment or a development
Mm,
software suite, for instance,
mm,
you sometimes need to specify what parameters you want enabled, disabled, and so
mm,
forth, whether it be at build time or at runtime.
mm,
And there's different languages that allows one to express this.
mhm,
And essentially, it sounds like a lot of some of these either um, the way to support different models, for instance, or workloads, or what you want enabled, and so forth, or the different preferences, right, for different Kubernetes solutions to
mm,
use. All this is variability at
mhm,
runtime, right? And
mhm,
users typically would want to opt in for certain things. So a modeling variability language allows one to specify these things somehow, right?
mhm,
Um, so in particular, the one that I'm very familiar with and we use a lot is kconfig on the Linux kernel.
mm,
Um, and we've embraced kconfig in other projects outside of the Linux kernel as well. So one prospect could be integrating kconfig
mm,
support as an
mm,
option. Um, so this, in at least some of the projects that I work with, we also support variability for cloud configurations. So, for
mhm,
instance, we support on one of the projects that I work on Azure, OCI, Google Cloud,
mhm,
Amazon, OpenStack, you name it. And the
mm,
variability is provided basically at when you run make many config, kind of like when you configure the kernel, the same variability that you can do when you're configuring the kernel can be optionally used to configure your runtime target selections that you would specify. Let's say a configuration for let's say vLLM, right?
mm,
Then essentially what you would have is symbol dependency mappings of what it is that your target objective is, and then the dependencies of that. And then software can define the requirements to meet those objectives.
mhm.
So I was curious whether or not you guys have given some thought about integrating support for modeling variability into vLLM to allow to specify these requirements, and at the same time also allow you to document each of the symbols. So one example of a symbol would be AWS and running whatever type of Kubernetes solution is present, or a specific feature that you guys want enabled. Let's say disable or enable LM cache, and then document what LM cache is as part of the variability language. So I was curious
Mm.
whether or not you guys had thought about considered variability. Um, is that something that interests you guys in terms of adoption for expressing these things in vLLM?
That's a good question. So, I would say like this is if we have this kind of expression languages that will be nice because like that will easy help people deploy it. So yeah, definitely we are interested in that. If you can contribute to that, then that would be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly can do that. I've
Hmm.
done this in different projects already, and the
Hmm.
growth aspect is pretty significant.
Hmm.
Um, the only thing with kconfig itself is kconfig is under the GPL v2.
Hmm.
However, it basically would implicate the project becomes GPL v2, but anything else can still be permissively licensed. That seems to be require a bit more community discussion. I could probably try to see if there's an alternative to kconfig
Hmm.
that may not implicate a license or anything like
Oh
that.
yeah.
But I'm not familiar with any leading modeling variability languages outside of kconfig. The other thing too is that one of the nice things about kconfig is that I've extended it also to support automatically writing the YAML variables that you have for your symbols. So
Hmm.
essentially, it sounds like you guys already use these YAML defined variables for how you do runtime. So it would be able to leverage these things at runtime as well.
Hmm.
So maybe I don't know if you guys are interested. I could do a proof of concept and kind of show the value that kconfig can bring to vLLM, and then you guys can decide.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, that would be nice if you can have a POC for Kconfig integration into Beyond Pattern Stack. Yeah.
Okay. I can certainly do that. The other thing then is like in terms of enhancing the test and all that stuff. So right now I was
Hmm.
curious, are Docker images being used in GitHub to run the tests, or are you guys using cloud credits to run on cloud solutions?
You mean the CI/CD test or other kind of? Oh, CI/CD, we
Yeah.
just use. We don't have any cloud credit for that anymore. For the CI/CD, so we just run it ourselves and yeah, pay the cost.
Uh, Sorry, can you say it again? How are
I
the CI?
Yeah, we just rent a server on Lambda Labs and then run the
Oh, okay.
CI/CD there. Yeah,
Okay. So I see. So Lambda Labs is being leveraged. Does Lambda Labs help
yeah.
you guys in any way, shape, or form?
No, we don't have any. We don't have the credits from them or something. We just rent it ourselves and pay the cost.
Okay, and is this who exactly pays for this? Is this the university or
Yeah, so because we are from U Chicago and the PI in our lab it pays the cost. Yeah, with our the PI's funding. Yeah.
I see. Would it be you, especially if you get some tests, the ones that don't require a GPU to run on the CPU? It occurs to me that perhaps some tests can be run on CPU and non dependent on the GPU. So it's something that perhaps Samsung can also help with. We have a CI/CD pipelines for other projects where we essentially just leverage on CPUs. We could
Hmm.
try to see if perhaps in the future we can evaluate also helping CI/CD pipelines with the GPU on bare metal as well. But it would
Nice.
require, a bit more security audit, right? On,
Mm,
how these files are edited, who gets access to, run these tests, right? Because if anyone can send a pull request and trigger something, then obviously it would be a
yeah.
security risk. That would require a bit more discussion, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that would be nice. Like we can we keep this discussion like and let's see if it's possible to run on Samsung cloud machines. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I mean, we have a limited set of servers that where we do some specific amount of community target testing, but we can certainly see how we can start fitting this in. It just requires a bit more, security audit to ensure that we wouldn't run into some exploit, right, in a test for
Hmm.
a random pull request.
Makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah.
Um,
Are
and how
s- s-
about, sorry, go
yeah.
ahead.
Are you on our Slack? Like either like VLM Slack or on Cache Slack channel?
No, no, I actually decided just today to participate and then just join your community and start doing
Okay.
development and helping you
Okay.
guys. So, really, I'm really just interested in trying to help out with more of this. But I wanted
Uh-huh.
to get groundings first on kind of like what you guys need help with, and then just start targeting these things. So I'll definitely join the
Hmm.
the Slack stuff. Where is this?
Yeah, let me paste I just pasted a link in the Zoom chat. And so basically if you click on this, I will redirect you to the on cache Slack space. Yeah, so that we can have more offline discussion on Slack if that's
Sounds good.
yeah. Okay.
Excellent.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
Okay. Are there more questions? So, okay. If not, we can call it for today. And so our next meeting will be the week after next week. So, yeah. Hey, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, everyone.